Alright, so as always, take this with a grain of salt. These are not McFarlane, but these have been rumored around, and most likely will become true. But as always, take it with a grain of salt. So first off, here we have is Rookie and Mr. Bloom, I believe. These are gonna be a 2-pack. And my guess is that Mr. Bloom's gonna be a huge figure also, since Rookie's gonna be like kind of like a mega figure. So it makes sense if Mr. Bloom is gonna be a big figure instead of like a normal size. So overall, these guys are gonna be a 2-pack. I don't know any specifications if these are gold labeled or not. So I'm just gonna go run with it, and it's gonna be like a normal standard DC Multiverse. Second one here we have is Ragman. A character that I don't really know much about. All I know about him is that I saw him in the Arrow, CW Arrow. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna use the Spectre's cape. That's just my guess. Since Ragman also has a green cape, or it could just end up being a wired cape since McFarlane is starting to do wired capes. But yeah, we're gonna get Ragman. Next up here we have is DC Classics Darkseid. So we're gonna finally be getting a Darkseid, and it's gonna be having his classic look. I'm pretty sure people are gonna be happy with this one, and obviously it's gonna be I believe a mega figure. Hopefully it's almost the same size as the Justice League Darkseid we got. Next up here we have is Clocking. Obviously I believe McFarlane is gonna go with the most I don't want to say goofy, but like more interesting version of Clocking instead of a normal man like the one from the Batman animated series. Or they could if they want to, but I think McFarlane wants to keep this interesting and might probably just give us something like this version of Clocking instead of a normal size figure with a man with clocks on his glasses, I guess. But yeah. Next up here we have is Agent Liberty. I don't know much about this guy. I also know him from the CW Supergirl. So yeah, I guess I'll have to start reading some comics. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the figure we're gonna be getting from this image. And please don't take these images as like the affirmative versions of them. This is just my guess. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people using images from my videos and saying that we're gonna be getting those. That's wrong, because I know some of the images I'm showing are gonna be wrong. But yeah. Next up here we have is Cyborg Superman from the New 52. And I know already people are not gonna be happy about it. People are gonna say why McFarlane is not going for the classic looking Cyborg Superman. And so am I, but I think this one looks interesting. Not saying the other one doesn't. I still prefer the other one over this one, but I'm still happy that we're still gonna get this guy. These images that you're seeing right here, right now, are from a Facebook group, and I can't confirm if these are true or not. Although someone has said that they are, someone reliable. And apparently this was supposed to be a 2-pack, but looks like now it's being scrapped and it's gonna be a single release Superman. And this guy was supposed to be released, I believe last year, but it got pushed back for some reason. But as you can see, this guy has a lot of detail. The painting might be custom from these images, but we are gonna be getting this kind of Superman. Now for the gold label here we have is line art, Hush Batman. You already know how these are. These are black and white. So yeah, let me know how you feel about this. Obviously my friend is catching up with Batman Hush figure, since people really like this Batman. Next up here we have is a figure that has Superman as silver and gold. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't make it just into a statue. They're basically giving us a statue figure, but with articulation. But But yeah, he's also gonna be including with an eagle as an accessory, I guess. I really doubt he's gonna be including to Superman. But yeah, next up here we have is on he's not gold labeled. This one is gonna be a gold labeled, and it's the Red Hood Frozen version. Obviously this is gonna be a GameStop exclusive, since all the Frozen versions so far are GameStop exclusives. And I don't know, they're probably gonna use this one since this new 52 Red Hood is popular. Pretty sure they're gonna use this mode. Next up here we have is Killer Croc Glow in the Dark. Now the only Killer Croc we have so far is the one from Arkham Asylum, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up using this Killer Croc as a glow in the dark, like I said. Next up here we have is Shazam from DC vs Vampires. So obviously this is gonna be a Walmart exclusive, and there's has been a couple of rumors Walmart not having DC Multiverse anymore. I believe they're false rumors, since right now Walmart is trying to upgrade their stores. So they're removing some stuff for the meantime, and they're probably gonna put it back once they are finished. Next up we have for collector's edition, here we have is Wonder Woman. Now this one is gonna be an accent, the freaking where some colors are still there, but the rest are like in gray. I'm pretty sure it's be looking something like this image from here. Another female character here we have is Fire. Now people have been telling me why this is not a 2-pack. I know, right? It should have done a 2-pack with Ice. But I guess they want to do a single release first, and they're probably gonna do a 2-pack later on, since that's how McFarlane usually rolls. But I'm pretty happy they're trying to giving us another female character, and I'm not pretty sure. I'm not sure if this one is collector's edition or not, but I think it's a normal DC Multiverse. Next here we have is Metallo. Pretty interesting one. I don't know if anyone has any specific version of Metallo they want to see. I don't think there has been a horrible version of Metallo, so I think I'll be pretty happy with any kind of Metallo, any version of Metallo, I mean. Next up here we have Max Mercury. I don't really know much about this guy. All I know is that he's part of the Flash family, so I guess McFarlane is trying to expand the Flash family even bigger, which is pretty awesome. So we might see on other obscure characters that are not that well known for the Flash family. Next up here we have is Mr. Miracle. This was said by Todd McFarlane. This has not been in any quote-unquote leaks. This has been only said by Todd McFarlane that he's interested on making Mr. Terrific. Mr. Miracle, my bad. Mr. Miracle. So yeah. Next up here we have is a Build-A-Figure wave, and this is the Justice League Task Force. Here we have is Aquaman, Flash, Batman, and Superman. And the Build-A-Figure is gonna be Darkseid. It's gonna be a mega Build-A-Figure, which in this listing is being specific that it's gonna be a mega Build-A-Figure Darkseid. Although Darkseid is being kind of rumored, not actually confirmed to be Darkseid. But next here we have is Cyborg Superman. Cyborg Superman. Cyborg, just Cyborg. Yeah, we're gonna having a normal size of Cyborg, I guess, since the previous Cyborg we got is from the Flashpoint, and it's a huge Cyborg, which makes sense since in the comic book he was big, and also in the cartoon. But yeah. Next here we have is Batman / Superman, World's Finest, and the figure we're gonna be getting is obviously Batman. So probably later on we might get Superman. But knowing McFarlane, how he is with Batman, he usually does Batman and that's it. He get rid of the rest of the freaking characters. He just does Batman and he forgets about the other characters. But hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully they do Superman also from this comic book. Obviously I'll just be pretty happy with Batman and Superman, since the comic book is literally called Batman / Superman, World's Finest. And yeah, next up here we have is Modern Red Hood. I don't really know much about this guy. I don't know if it's the same story as the old Red Hood that we know. So let me down in the comments. But yeah, we're gonna be getting a modern Red Hood. Next up here we have is Dick Grayson as Batman. I'm really curious how they're gonna make this one a different character as obviously Batman. But next up here we have is Collector's Edition, and here we have is Superman Worlds at War. I'm really curious if they're gonna finally start giving us a different body mode, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up giving us the same one. So yeah. Next up here we have is Red Hood, but not your typical Red Hood. It's gonna be the one who, like, has like a bucket on his head. Uh, yeah, we're gonna be having that guy, and he's also gonna be part of the collector's edition. Next up here we have is Batman from the Dark Knight Returns, blue version, battle damage. So we're finally be getting the blue version of him. I've been waiting for this figure for a very long time. I kind of don't like this battle damage, but hey, at least we're getting the blue version. I don't know when McFarlane took very long to make this guy. But next up here we have is Green Lantern Corps. Now with this one, I don't know if it's gonna be Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, or Kilowog. Since we already have Kilowog, so I don't think it's gonna be him. But yeah, hopefully it's Guy Gardner. Next up here we have is Huntress, another female character. He's gonna be part of the collector's edition. So hopefully, she comes included with a lot of accessories at least. I know some people say that the paint on these Asuna very good. But from what I've seen, they're pretty better than the DC Multiverse. But next up here we have is Page Punchers, Robin, Damian Wayne Robin, New 52 Deathstroke, which also Page Punchers, which I'm confused since we already have a figure of the New 52. Next up here we have is Ifigi. He kind of reminds me of Firestorm, and he's a villain. And these are gonna be chases now. We're gonna be going now with chases figures. Hugo Strange as Batman, also to be a chase. I'm 80% sure they're gonna include a extra head as Hugo Strange, just so you guys know that it's gonna be Hugo Strange as Batman. We also gonna have Bullseye Batman, which I believe is from the Golden Age. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Golden Age of comics, where Batman wears wacky suits. So hopefully next time we get a Zero Batman or Batman with different colors, that'll be a pretty cool pack. I'm not gonna lie. Next up here we have is Shiny Knight, which also will be a chase variant figure. A very obscure character that a lot of people don't know about him. Most of you probably know him from the cartoon Justice League Unlimited. Next up here we have is also the Question, which is also going to be a chase figure. Some people are pretty mad that this guy's a chase, since it's going to be hard to find. Yeah, chases usually are hard to find. Next up here we have for live action as a chase figure is going to be Ben Affleck with the correct colors this time, since we previously got the one with the horrible, well, not horrible, it was pretty good, but still not the best head sculpt. But the suit was pretty good with the black. Now going with the animated, here we have is Terry McGinnis, and we're also going to be getting Batman Beyond figure, which these are going to be Comic-Con exclusives. And next up here we have is Old Man Bruce with Ace. Here we also have is Bane, Catwoman, Nightwing, and the Joker, which I'm not pretty sure if it's from the new Batman Adventures. I guess they are, but don't quote me on that. Next up here we have is live action. Now we're going with the live action figures. Here we have is Christopher Reeve as Superman, which I'm pretty excited to see how this one looks. Hopefully my friend doesn't drop the ball. Here we have is Batman Begins, and I'm just gonna include this one since someone did mention this figure from a reliable source. It is a Batman vs Superman armored figure, which got scrapped, but hopefully this year, since we already got the BVS Batman, hopefully this year we can also get this guy. We also have here the 90s Flash, And Batman Returns, which has a question mark since McFarlane didn't mention about it. He teased it a bit, but it's not actually really confirmed. Next one here we have is Adam West Batman. This time him being a 7-inch figure. Now we're going with the superpowers. Here we have is a 3-pack with vehicles. Here we have is the black version of Batman. We're also going to be getting a black version of the Batwing and the Whirly Bat. Now a 3-pack we're going to be having from the Trinity is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Now these are supposed to be new, and here we have is Booster Gold, which I believe was teased a bit in the Blue Beetle vehicle. So that one kind of is confirmed already. Next one here we have is Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Batman from the Dark Knight Returns, Black Manta wearing his iconic suit, the black and silver, I guess, on his helmet, and a Max Fleischer Superman, which this is the Superman I grew up with. Obviously, I'm not that old, but I used to have DVDs of this Superman as a kid. So, yeah, pretty happy that my friend is acknowledging this version of Superman, and hopefully they make him a figure. Now with vehicles, here we have is the Tumblr camo version. This one is being rumored to be a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, which if you already saw the new Batmobile from the Batman the White Knight, that pricing is not good, but I'm pretty sure people are still gonna end up buying this Batmobile since it's from the Dark Knight. Next up, here we have is the Batmobile from Batman Forever, I believe, and this Batmobile is gonna be included with a figure, which is gonna be Alfred. And yeah, it's kind of weird since this Alfred is in every version of Batman from back then. So yeah, I mean I'm not mad about it since, like I said, this Alfred fits with any Batman you want. Here we also have is the Bat Cycle of Robin from Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin. Obviously these figures have already been revealed, so don't be surprised when these vehicles get announced, or you can be surprised. I guess, I don't know, depending on how they look. But next up here we have is the vehicle from Batman the Animated Series, which I'm pretty happy that they're re-releasing this guy. Hopefully they also do the Batwing. And talking about the Batwing, my friend also did tease a Batman 89 Batwing. So yeah, most of the stuff my friend says actually becomes true, since he also talked. He did mention about Ambush Bug being a figure he wanted to make, and look what we got. We got the Ambush Bug. And finally, but not least, for statues, here we have is Jim Lee, Wonder Woman, which could be this one since we already got Jim Lee Superman with this iconic pose. And then we might get this Batman iconic pose, and you can just put them all together, which will probably look pretty cool. But yeah, that's all the rumors. Sorry if I made this a bit rushed, but honestly, I talked about these figures for a very long time in my previous videos. I don't have much to add anymore since I already talked about these figures. This is just a recap. So all I'm doing is just mentioning for where they are, collector's edition, gold labels, anything like that. But yeah, hopefully you still guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like. Do all that YouTube stuff that helps my channel out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.